Artificial sweeteners, the low-calorie or calorie-free substitutes for sugar, have become a significant part of modern diets, especially for those looking to reduce their sugar intake. The discovery of these sweeteners was largely accidental, with each of the major sweeteners having its own unique story of how it was found. The story of artificial sweeteners begins with saccharin, the first and most famous of them all. Saccharin was discovered in 1879 by Constantin Fahlberg, a Russian chemist working at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. Fahlberg was conducting research on coal tar derivatives, a common practice in chemical studies at the time. One day, after a long day in the lab, Fahlberg forgot to wash his hands before eating. As he began his meal, he noticed that the bread he was eating tasted unusually sweet. Puzzled, he realized that the sweetness wasn't from the food, but from something on his hands. Fahlberg quickly returned to his lab and began tasting various chemicals until he identified the source of the sweetness: benzoic sulfonide, later named saccharin. Fahlberg patented saccharin in 1884 and began producing it on a large scale. Despite its popularity, saccharin faced some controversy due to concerns over its safety. However, it remained a popular sugar substitute, especially during sugar shortages in the world wars and later among people with diabetes and those looking to reduce their calorie intake. Another significant artificial sweetener, aspartame, was discovered in 1965 by chemist James M. Schlatter. Schlatter was working for the G.D. Searle and Company, researching treatments for ulcers. While working on an intermediate compound, Schlatter accidentally spilled some of the substance on his hand. Later, when he licked his finger to pick up a piece of paper, he noticed a sweet taste. Realizing that the compound he was working on was sweet, Schlatter and his team began studying its potential as a sugar substitute. Aspartame was found to be about 200 times sweeter than sugar, with a taste profile that was very similar to sugar, but without the calories. After extensive safety testing, aspartame was approved for use as a food additive in the 1980s and became widely used in diet sodas, sugar-free gum, and other low-calorie products. Sucralose, another widely used artificial sweetener, was discovered in 1976 by a team of researchers at Queen Elizabeth College in London. The team, led by scientist Leslie Hoff, was actually working on developing new insecticides when they stumbled upon sucralose. The discovery was made when one of the researchers, Constantin Fahlberg, misunderstood instructions to test a compound and instead tasted it. To his surprise, the compound was intensely sweet. The team soon realized that they had found a potent, non-caloric sweetener, which was later named sucralose.